Good morning and Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Happy Home School online classes and also welcome to the first recorded session for the Garbage King. Let us begin the session by going over the objectives for today. We will reinforce the important events through the dramatic division of the plot. We will also analyze different situations and events in the play that convey important moral lessons to the audience. In Act 1, Danny and Mamo meet by accident and their lives are changed forever. In Act 2, they grow closer to each other and their friendship blooms. In Act 3, Mamo and Danny choose different paths in life and go back to their own homes, but they promise to stay in touch. Let us now begin the recap from Act 1, Scene 1. Exposition. Danny and Mamo's story begins. The setting of the play is set in a cemetery. The mood of the play is set. It is dark, quiet, and dangerous. Both the boys are alone and they meet by accident. First, we learn about Mamo's story from his flashback. He lives in a shack with his sister Tigist. Tigist is 19 and is desperately looking for a job to pay rent. She already has a job, but that isn't enough for both of them. Mamo is worried and also upset. Both the children do not want to be kicked out of their shack, otherwise they will be forced to live on the streets. As soon as Tigist leaves the stage, a new character enters. He calls himself Uncle Marga and convinces Mamo to accompany him to a bus stop. He forces Mamo to go with him to a faraway village, and that's where he sells him to a farmer. The farmer is a cruel, selfish man who forces Mamo to work for him for free. He is beaten and starved for days. But because he's also smart, Mamo manages to run away from the farm with the help of a kind truck driver and ends up back at Addis Ababa and at the cemetery. That's where he meets Danny. Next, we see Danny's story. He lives in a wealthy neighborhood in Addis Ababa, unlike Mamo, who lives in a shack. Danny is a rich kid with a sick mother and a very strict father, being the major problems in his life. The action of the play begins to rise as Danny contemplates and decides to run away from home. We also learn that Danny loves to write stories. However, he doesn't like to study other subjects. He's bad at maths and is often scolded for being a poor student. And that is when Danny's life goes into difficulties. His mother is taken away for treatment to London, and he finds himself alone with his father in his large home. He cannot survive alone because his mother is the only one who can protect him from his father. And that is when Danny takes the difficult decision of running away from home and ends up in the streets and meets Mamo. As Act 2 of the play begins, new people enter the play. A lot of new characters are also seen on the stage. Mamo is left alone as Tigist leaves for Avasa at the end of Act 1, and Danny is also alone because he has nowhere else to go, because he has run away from home. And he also meets a small puppy, Suri, and that's it. Both the boys find themselves alone and nowhere to go. That's when the gang enters the play. The gang comprises of 5 boys with very interesting names. Million, who is the gang leader, Karate, who is the sick child in the gang, Gatachu, who is always hungry and looking to steal something, Shoes, who is obsessed with shoes and is always looking for shoes in the garbage heap, and Buffalo, the rude one who's always willing to fight and is also very aggressive. As Mamo and Danny are accepted gradually into the gang, they find themselves with a team and with some support. Million says, "What belongs to one belongs to all." He sets the rule for the gang and makes sure that the rules are followed. At this point, we realize that even though the boys have nothing to lose and they are openly living in the streets with no food and shelter, they still have some rules and morals. The gang follows them strictly, and whoever breaks the rules is kicked out of the gang. As Danny and Mamo begin to spend their life on the streets, the problems of the street children are highlighted to the audience. And this is when we realize the real reason behind karate's illness. The boys bathe in the gutter, they have no proper area to sleep, and they are always looking for something valuable in the heaps of garbage. They are constantly around garbage and rubbish. And this is something very new for Danny, who comes from a very privileged background. But because he has nowhere else to go, he has to survive and somehow tries to accommodate himself with the gang. As we reach the climax of the play, we realize Mamo's true ability to find valuable things in the garbage dump, whether it is the hat or a plastic bottle that he silently shoves to Danny so that he is not kicked out of the gang. We realize that Mamo has a valuable talent. He can find something important among heaps of garbage, and then they can sell it for something valuable or get at least food in exchange for it. The problems for the gang and the boys rise up in the next scene. Karate's death and Ruth's recovery are a complete contrast in the play, and they remind the audience that the poor and the rich can't really ever mix. As Karate dies in the open streets and the gang mourns his death, on the other hand, we see that Ruth finally recovers in the hospitals of London. The gang mourns Karate's death, and Danny believes, because of a misunderstanding, that his mother is dead too. The gang is upset and sad, but they have to go on as they have nowhere else to go. And in order to survive, they must keep looking for things in the garbage heaps. And they go around their daily lives as Karate dies. As we move towards the falling action of the play, we see that Danny's stories are really important in uniting him with his father. Danny writes his story and Mamo tries to sell it. Surprisingly, it ends up in the hands of Atom Esfin, who is Danny's school teacher. He instantly recognizes his handwriting and he runs to his father Paulus, telling him that he has found his son. Danny's father has not seen his son for days and months. He is angry, yet he is sad and worried. So he decides to accompany Atom Esfin to the garbage dump. That is where they find Danny. As the play comes to a close and Mamo and Danny have to decide for themselves whether they stay together or whether they will go back to their own homes. Mamo decides to stay at the rubbish heap because he realizes that he finally has a home, people who supports him and people who care about him. And Danny also learns that he cannot take Mamo with him to his house, even though he would love to. He decides to unite with his father and go back and live as a family. And he also promises to work on his studies. The play ends at a very realistic yet sad note. We realize that the boys, even though that have become really good friends, they can't really spend their lives on the streets. And it is only Mamo who is left behind, the garbage king. He finds his family and a home, and he has nowhere else to go, and he makes peace with it. And the play ends. I hope this session was helpful for all of you, and I hope that the recap was clear and enjoyable. We shall discuss more about the play in the next session. Till then, take care and Allah Hafiz.